Hello everybody, how's it going? And welcome to the first of hopefully a many series of videos and live streams that I will be doing, basically covering DeFi and entering the EverRise ecosystem. My name's Jason, if you don't already know, and I work in the design team at EverRise, and I really wanted to kind of put something together where people from all different walks of life and different knowledge levels of DeFi and crypto could kind of come in, chill out, relax, and share their knowledge. I've certainly have learned a lot over the last, I think I've been in crypto now properly, and I say properly, for a little over a year. I would say I got into crypto in April of last year properly, and obviously DeFi really blew up. We saw lots of people moving out of exchanges into DeFi. It was the height of the bull run, and there was lots of projects launching pretty much every single day. And I was fortunate enough to find out about EverRise, and here I am working at EverRise, and like to see it's really nice to see you guys in the chat. It's TJ there, Monty Bags, Jen's there too. I've got another Jason in the chat. But yeah, the whole point of this is just to kind of start off. It's not going to be fast. It's going to be chilled, guys. We're going to calm and slow and go through it all. Because hopefully people watch this back if they're not watching right now, that are maybe not that experienced in DeFi, and they want to kind of understand the best practices and learn more about EverRise. Because the other day when I was listening to Jen and Suresh pitch the project, it kind of dawned on me how much information there is to kind of consume and to try and understand when it comes to EverRise as a project. It's much more than just a token. And what it's set out to achieve is to create an atmosphere in DeFi where investors feel safe and confident in their teams, offering decentralized solutions and problem solving, which essentially benefits not just the EverRise token, but other tokens that are a part of the ecosystem. So yeah, hello Colinari, how's it going? Hey Cybermule, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. And I hope to get some feedback afterwards on how I've done, because I've got no script. This is completely kind of on the fly, and maybe in the future we'll get some people to come up with me, maybe to kind of talk about parts of EverRise and the ecosystem. It'd be nice in the future to get maybe someone from the dev team, you never know, to come up and chat with me, to you guys on a live stream and take questions. But this is taking nothing away from the weekly AMA that we do on Tuesdays, and certainly is a complementary thing to the daily spaces that we do. Just kind of an interactive one-on-one chilled out session between me and you guys. Hey AG, hey Keston, nice to see you in the chat. Thanks guys for the support, really appreciate it. So yeah, a little bit more about me. So before I get into it, kind of all my life I've kind of enjoyed design work, and EverRise has given me the ability to kind of push that to the limit and certainly work more in 3D, which I really enjoy doing. Some of you guys that have claimed your achievement NFTs, your migration NFTs have probably enjoyed the artwork that's involved, and I look forward to working more on creating some really cool stuff in the future for EverRise. But yeah, I'm trying to kind of think about how I'm going to structure this as I'm doing it. So I'm going to switch screens now, because don't want to kind of show you just me. Here's the screen that I've got here. So here you can see I've got an account with OKX. And what I'm going to do is I've got some money in it, and I'm going to start off from the beginning. I hold money in an exchange. I've heard about DeFi. I'm excited to find out more about DeFi, and I want to get into it, and I need to be safe. I want to talk about the benefits of one of these things. This is a hardware wallet, and if you don't know what that is, it's something which anyone in DeFi that is looking to stay in DeFi should really invest in a hardware wallet. They're not that expensive, guys. They're like $50, $60. But there's the main thing is, if you're going to get a hardware wallet, and I recommend you do, always get it direct from the supplier. Don't get it from a second hand purchase. Don't get it from a third-party dealer. Get it straight from the supplier. It's really important. And when it arrives, it's always sealed in normally with a tape of some description or a bag. Any sign of tampering, do not touch it. Leave it alone. You'll also get a little card with it where you can put your seed phrase on it. And I've actually went out and invested in a metal like scribe thing where you can kind of just put the holes in and kind of punch out your seed phrase and put it on like this metal case. There is a name for it, but I just can't think of it right now. But it's supposed to withstand a house fire. So it's a very good reason to go out and invest in one of those also. So the other day on Twitter, I was involved in a conversation like, what's the safest way of keeping your seed phrase secure? Well, and I said, and I kind of got told off on Twitter. I said, well, the safest way is to memorize all the 12 words. But you're kind of relying on the human element, and the human element is something which is going to repeat itself throughout this video. The human element is the one thing that is going to fail in your experience in DeFi that could potentially cost you money, that could result in all of your money going bye-bye. Don't want to scare you, but you know, if you keep to the best practices, you can mitigate all of these external factors and keep your money safe. And definitely getting a hardware wallet is one of them. Keeping your seed phrase offline in a hardware wallet, not anywhere else. Don't save it in a notepad file. Don't keep it on your phone anywhere. You know, don't share it with anyone else. If someone messages you on Telegram, it's really important. That is the access to your wallet. And you'll be amazed at how many people get into DeFi and they get tricked. And you know, part of the reason I'm doing these episodes now is to go go through all the steps. Hello Milton, how's it going? Hey Jar Jar. Hello Acuento. It's a very exotic name. Thank you ever so much, guys. If you've got any questions or you want to just chat amongst yourselves, feel free. So yeah, starting off on the exchange, I'm gonna hopefully not give away anything personal. This exchange has been set up purely for this episode. So there shouldn't be anything on here which I shouldn't want to disclose. And I'm going to use my phone. And I'm going to use I'm going to probably use SafePal, which is the hardware wallet, and I'll go through how you interact with that, because that's actually something which a lot of people they know of a hardware wallet, but they don't really know how it works. So if some of you guys are in that category in the chat, I'm hoping to kind of help you guys understand it, and it's not intimidating in the slightest. But you can see here on the screen, I've got a convert screen up, and the reason I've got that is I've got some USDT on my OKX exchange, and I want to get into DeFi. So I've got USDT to Matic, but obviously I can convert that to any of the DeFi layer 1s that exist. Obviously you've got Ethereum, you've got BNB, you've got Matic, you've got Phantom, you've got Solana, you've got lots of different ones. Obviously EverRise is on 5 chains, as you guys know, and I can choose, I think I don't know if I can go BNB, but I can definitely go to the other 4. Thank you so much, EverRise Eats, for the support. EverRise Eats, fellow content creator. Does this mean I'm a content creator now? It may do. Let's see how it goes. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I certainly don't want to get in trouble with Acuna by calling myself the I word. I don't want to say the I word. So on this one, I'm going to convert to Matic, and there's 2 ways of doing it. If you don't know, you can either go to convert and it will give you the best possible market price, or you can go into the trade view and you can actually look at trying to find a better price. But for coins like Matic, generally speaking, coins that don't fluctuate too much, you're not really going to lose out too much by just converting from a stable coin to a layer 1. Obviously, if you're looking to trade properly and not just rush to get the best possible price right now, you would go into the trade screen. You would try and judge a point in which you'd like to put in a trade and do it that way. But for this one, we're just going to convert and we're going to get some Matic. So I'm going to say yes. Oh, there we go. Let's put the max. Is it going to let me do it? No, it's not. Trading account. Right. So for this, it's saying that I've got, I wonder if I can just refresh it. I wonder if it's just not refreshed. Yeah, so this is actually a good one. So you can see that we've got two accounts with OKX. It's a funding account and a trading account. It's showing my my USDT in my trading account, so I'm going to switch to that and then use that to then convert to Matic. I'm going to convert to Matic, and then that gives you the best possible price with a market order. You get your Matic. So there we go. I've got my order through. TJ, how's it going, man? Kyle is in the chat as well. Hey, Scripto, how's it going, dude? So if we go to deposit, let's do this. This is it's weird. I never thought I'd be doing this, but we're going to go into it now. We're going to withdrawal, not deposit. We're going to go to withdrawal. You can see that I've got a couple of Cadena withdrawals there because they were offering a staking thing with Cadena. And anyway, this is it. So you go to withdraw, you select the coin. In this case, it'd be Matic. I want to do a on-chain withdrawal, and I want to do it in the Matic Polygon. It's really important. This is another thing where everybody gets, unfortunately, people make mistakes. They select the wrong network. So you can see we've got Matic ERC20 and we've got Matic Polygon. It's important that you choose the Polygon network. Any questions? Hakuna loves influence. Yes, he does. Hello, ER Girl. Amazing educational content. Thank you so much, Jason and EverRise, for caring about always helping educate DeFi investors. Honestly, if I can keep one, honestly, if one person sees this video and doesn't make a mistake, then it wins. This is what it's all about. And I like kind of chilling out and being like relaxed about things, you know. Also, I've got some music playing in the background, so let me know if it's too loud. It should automatically lower when I speak. But yeah, keep me posted on that one. So yeah, network, really important. Don't select the wrong one. You'll only do it once. Also, what is a good practice to do as well, if you are looking to withdraw or send funds anywhere, is to do a test withdrawal first. And we'll talk about the reasons why. Is like, again, going back to the human element of actually putting in a address. You know, there could be an address that you've copied that's incorrect, or you've accidentally deleted a character of that address. Normally, an exchange will identify that there's an issue and it will not let you do it, but sometimes it will, and that means that money that you transferred has gone, and it happens a lot in DeFi. So be very careful when you copy and paste addresses to double check and triple check that the address is correct. And if you are sending a large amount of money, like if you're sending a large amount of money for you, then always send a test transfer first. Normally you have to wait more than like 15 minutes, 20 minutes for that transfer to go through. Perfect volume. Thank you ever so much. Let me know if it does get loud. But anyway, on this, you can see it's going to have an address book here. So I haven't got any addresses here, but you can add addresses and it lets you put it in here. So I was hoping that I could just grab it. So just give me 1 second and I'll get my address up. Test transactions is the way. Absolutely. So I think I might just use for this. Might just use my Trust wallet, to be honest with you. I was going to set up a MetaMask. In fact, should I set up a MetaMask? Should I set up a MetaMask just for this? What do you reckon, guys? Yes or no? Would you like me to use the hardware wallet, I think, or do you want me to use MetaMask? Let me know. Because if I'm going to use the hardware wallet, I'm going to have to hide my address from you guys. Hey, Roger. Hey. Yes, people are saying yes. People are saying yes. MetaMask. They want me to use MetaMask. So you don't want to see the hardware wallet? You can import your Trust Wallet seed phrase from Meta. I can do that, yes. I can do that. Indeed, I can. Right, so MetaMask comes with a handy extension for Chrome. And when you start it up, it will say, welcome to MetaMask and connecting you to Ethereum and decentralized web. So it's not just Ethereum, it covers all the EVM chains as well. I think it was with MetaMask, you got to add the chains that you're going on to normally. So if we get started with that, so it'll ask you, do you already have a secret recovery phrase? And that, of course, is the 12-word passphrase that I've told you about that you should always keep safe. That essentially allows MetaMask to pull your wallet address from the blockchain and read what tokens and coins that you have sitting on there. So in this case, because I'm going to start a new one up, hopefully there will be nothing on there because it generates a whole new one. So very cool, but so far over my head. Right, okay. So what we've just covered so far is a centralized exchange. We've just put money onto a centralized exchange. So we've basically gone from fiat into centralization, and we're going to now, I'm just making words up as I go along. And now we're going to withdraw it to our decentralized wallet. In this case, it's going to be MetaMask. And in the future, I will do a hardware wallet. And generally speaking, it's good for people to know. So I'll keep it simple and I'll just use MetaMask for the moment. So what we're going to do is going to go to create wallet, and that's going to basically take you through a few screens. And this is actually telling you how it collects data. So just read that, and obviously no IP details are stored. It doesn't share your data with anyone else. It doesn't collect your seed phrase or your passphrase. So something happened I think it was a month or two ago. There was a big problem where there was pop-ups happening, claiming to be from MetaMask, asking people to put in their seed phrase. Unfortunately, people did. And unfortunately, it led to people losing their holdings within their wallets. So just again, drill it into your mind that nobody has any purpose for asking for your seed phrase, your passphrase. You are the only one that should know that series of words. Do hardware wallets? Hardware wallets in episode 2. That's a great one. And obviously, we're going to cover the EverRise ecosystem with this wallet also. But yeah, if you've got any, Mr. Fulldraw, if you've got any questions, feel free to just ask them in the chat. This is going to be like a chilled out session. Probably be about an hour. We'll probably be here for the next 45 minutes or so. And we're just like not rushing through anything. We're going to take our time. The biggest mistakes you'll make is rushing when it comes to DeFi. Just take your time. Everything will be okay. If you're not sure about something, double check and triple check it first before you do it. There's no such thing as a stupid question. I'm using OKX. The exchange that I've got here is OKX. Okay, so I'm going to agree to this. I'm going to switch over screens because it's going to probably probably going to give me my... right, okay, here we go. So it's now going to ask for a password. So you're going to create a password. What I've actually been doing is I've actually downloaded a password manager. If you don't know what that is, it's a bit of software which encrypts passwords on your computer, and you can kind of store your library of passwords in there. That means you don't have to have the same password for every website, and it connects to the browser quite nicely as well, so you can literally go in there and just generate new passwords as you go. I'm not going to on this one, but I'll show you that in a future episode. Hide your keyboard from the camera too. Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea. But again, you've got this bit of paper which you get from when you get a hardware wallet. You'll get this bit of paper. On this occasion, I'm not going to be using a hardware wallet, and I'm going to just write it down. But I am mindful of where I write it down. So thank you again for that. So I'm going to create a password now, and that should let me get to the next screen. agree to the terms of service. And the next screen I'll see now is, of course, the seed phrase. Just waiting for it to open up. And okay, so here we go. This is what I see. It's seed. So this is a secret recovery phrase. Your secret recovery phrase makes it easy to back up and restore your account. Never disclose your secret recovery phrase to anyone. Anyone with this phrase can take your Ether forever. So they talk about Ether, but of course, MetaMask is compatible with multiple chains. Again, you know, this is really important that you don't share it with anyone else. That's the biggest cause of scams, is people sharing the seed phrase. So I'm just going to switch it back over. I'm going to monitor. I'm going to get the words and I'll write them down. In fact, yeah, I'm going to write them down. So if you've got any questions, feel free to ask away if you're not sure about anything so far. And, you know, this could be something that people kind of, you know, introduce to their family members and friends who are not in DeFi. They're curious about it, but they're maybe too intimidated by it. It's really not that hard. I know it's easy to say that, but once you've done it a few times, it does click. It really does. And by taking these measures, you're putting yourself in a good position to not make any mistakes and lose your hard-earned money. The biggest takeaway is not to send large amounts of money without doing a test transfer first to the address that you want to send it to. So I'm just writing all these down now. So I'm writing down the 12 words. And then what it will ask me to do in a moment is enter them in again into MetaMask. Okay, so I've got the words and I'm going to enter them in. And for the sake of entering them in, I'm just going to remove my keyboard off the screen so you've got me a little bit bigger now. So 1 second, guys, I'm just going to enter them in. Okay, so on this one, actually, it lets me click the screen. So it shows me them all and it's letting me click them in order. But normally you have to enter them in without seeing them. So I'm just going to enter them in now. Okay, so I've entered them in, and then the screen you see now is this. You'll see a congratulations screen. I've entered all of the words in my seed phrase correctly, and it gives you some tips here on how to store your seed phrase. So save a backup in multiple places. So you saw that I wrote it down on a bit of paper. That's one backup. Okay, so what you can do is you can back it up on a second piece of paper, put it somewhere completely different. If you trust any relatives, you could decide maybe to keep it somewhere safe in a relative's place if you trust them. But generally speaking, backing it up in more than one place, you've got a contingency there just in case something happens and you lose access to it, or God forbid you have a fire in your house or something like that. So never share your phrase with anyone else. Like I said, this is a repeated thing I'm going to keep saying. Be careful of phishing. So this is what I was talking about earlier on. Phishing attacks where malicious pop-ups may happen, kind of enticing you to unlock maybe a prize or an airdrop, and they want you to put in your seed phrase to unlock an amount of money, kind of enticing people into doing an action which they later on regret. MetaMask will never spontaneously ask you for your secret recovery phrase. MetaMask won't forget this. Now I've done this, MetaMask will essentially always give me access to my wallet until such a time I uninstall MetaMask and remove it from my computer. Okay. if you need to back up your secret recovery phrase again, you can do it in the settings and security tab. So this is something which, you know, if you need to kind of write down a backup and you haven't got access to another one, you can go via the security settings and put in your password and do it that way. If you ever get asked questions or see something fishy, contact the support. So there is the support, I should say, for MetaMask. I've never used it, and what I will say is that, again, scammers will pretend to be MetaMask and Trust Wallet, and they'll try and fool you into thinking you're talking to somebody legit, which is generally a lie. And especially on Telegram and on Twitter, you'll see lots of people pretending to be from the official MetaMask and Trust Wallet account. So TJ's in the chat says, not in an email, not on your phone, only keep a physical copy like Jason just demonstrated. Absolutely. What password manager do you use? I'm actually using NordPass. So I use NordVPN, and I looked around for certain password managers, and I looked at some reviews. And considering I already have an account with Nord, I went with NordPass. But I was looking at some others as well. I think there was KeepSafe, 1Password, but certainly NordPass. I know that Bitdefender has got one as well. I use Bitdefender, and I was going to use theirs, but I heard really good things about NordPass, so I use that as a password manager. The seed is your wallet, absolutely, Jar Jar. So if you have a new phone, so this is actually a good point. So if you change phones, you do an upgrade, make sure to uninstall, obviously, and factory reset it. If it's had a crypto wallet on it, you'll need your seed phrase to import that into your wallet again when you get your new phone. Okay, so that's really important if you use your phone to store your crypto. A good recommendation is, if you've got an old phone like I have here, if you've got an old phone that you don't have a SIM card in it, you may just connect it up to the internet every now and again. You could decide, which is actually a good, I've heard lots of people do this, just have your wallet apps on your second phone that you don't, your old phone. That way you know that you can connect to the internet only when you want to do something with your crypto. And I wouldn't recommend connecting to any public networks. Always connect to a secure private home network where possible, and certainly if you're using a phone, a second phone to do your crypto transactions, you can turn it off, leave it in a drawer or something when you're not using it, for added peace of mind. But nothing beats the security of one of these. This is the SafePal S1, and again, without going around in circles, that works with a barcode scanner, and that will store your seed phrase in it. So my SafePal wallet that I have got on my phone actually doesn't have my seed phrase within it. It has it via the hardware wallet. Right, so we'll go to the next screen. It should then take me to my MetaMask where I've got nothing in it. Boo! I didn't accidentally unlock a seed phrase that's already been used, which is a shame. So here you can see that I'm connected to the Ethereum mainnet, and I can switch that out, and that will give me also the ability to send and receive. So in this case, obviously I want to receive. We're going to go Polygon. So what we're going to do for this is we're going to go into we're actually going to get the details for the Polygon network. Polygon network details for MetaMask. Now, generally speaking, when it detects that you've received a token, it generally pops up. So here you go. So under MetaMask, you can see here that you've got the network profile for Polygon. It's going to give you the network name, which is Polygon Network. It's going to give you the token ticker, which is Matic, and some other information there, the RPC and the chain. Generally speaking, you won't have to worry about this, and it will automatically just propagate when you receive Matic to your address. Never store, yeah, Keston's in the chat saying, never store a picture of your seed phrase either. There are bots that can scan cloud databases and they can actually read your writing even if it's in a photo. I completely believe that. AI has developed to such a point now where anything can be scanned and read. So absolutely. More easy to do it from Polyscan. There we go. Garden Pets is in the chat giving some tips there. So on this, we're going to go into MetaMask and we're going to go here and we're going to add a network. And we're just going to add the details here for the Polygon network. So I'm going to grab the network name, Polygon mainnet, RPC URL, which is this one here, which is a Polygon RPC. Don't know what accent that was. Token ticker. We'll throw that in. Currency symbol. It's weird. They call it different things. Chain ID, which is 137, and obviously your blockchain, your block explorer, which is Polygon Scan, which generally speaking, again, you wouldn't need to do this. I'm just doing this to show you. I'm not going to bother with that. And that then saves Polygon, and it automatically throws me into the Polygon mainnet, ready to receive my Polygon. Sorry, my Matic or Polygon. Maybe tell SafePal passphrase option, advanced settings for a 13 or 25 word seed phrase. Yes, I've got a 25 word. So it doesn't have to be 12. It can be much more than that. Obviously 25. You can do that in the settings, absolutely, under advanced. So again, if anyone's got any questions as to what I've done so far and is not sure about anything, please let me know in the chat. It's pretty straightforward. I know a lot of you probably have done this many times before, but this is aimed at kind of beginners coming into DeFi, and essentially we're going to take it slow. We're going to get into the EverRise ecosystem shortly. Hello, El Santo Crypto. How's it going? I'm just going to open up my door in the shed because it's getting boiling in here. 1 second. If I had the door shut, and generally, like when I've got these lights on me and the computer, I got 2 computers and these lights, and it gets so warm in here so quickly you wouldn't believe. I can't wait for the summer. We can edit this bit out, it's fine. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to copy. So here you can see at the top where it says account 1. Underneath that you'll see an address which starts OX. And that is essentially EVM compatible blockchains that generally have OX as a prefix before the rest of the address. That is your address, your wallet address there. So I can copy that there, and I can go into my exchange and I can paste in my Matic address, which is the OX98, which is there. So if you want to send me anything, now you know my address. Feel free. You can create a name for the address if you like. So I'm going to call it EverRise Staking, and I can decide to put an amount in there, obviously all of it. So I'm going to put all of my Matic into my MetaMask. So there I just double check everything, so I can look at, generally what I tend to do is if I've just copied and pasted, I'm pretty confident that all the details are correct. I'm only sending a small amount of Matic over, so I'm going to double check the first 3 letters or the first 3 digits of the address and the last 3 digits of the address, because normally if a mistake's made, it's normally at the beginning or the end, if you've not copied and pasted something properly. But you know, I can see here OX98 ends in 79E, OX98 ends in 79E. I've copied from the clipboard and pasted it from the clipboard. I'm very confident that's the correct address. I'm going to send it. Thank you thank you. Good taste in music. Right, let's move to the next. So here it's going to give you a pop-up now for confirming your withdrawal. And you're then going to, if everybody should have two-factor authentication. In this case, I've actually got email and SMS that actually pops up. So I'm going to just go and grab those. You can tick a box to save it as a trusted address in the future to skip verification. So if you're regularly going to be sending crypto from an exchange to the same address, you can do this. It saves a bit of time. What's that? Keston's thirsty for some water. All right, I'm going to grab that code. It's going to be sent to my email. I'm going to wait for that to come through. I'm also going to then ask it to send the code to my wallet, to my SMS as well, to my phone. And here we go. Verification code has been sent through to my email, so I'm going to put that in. And my SMS code should have come through. Yes, it has, to my phone. So here we go. 025 237. There we go. And I've saved that for the future to skip the verification process. And there we go. It's submitted a request to withdraw to my MetaMask. So now I can go to my MetaMask, and in a few moments or a few minutes, that should pop in. So if anyone's got any questions, feel free. And yeah, I don't drink water. I either drink tea, copious amounts of tea, or lately my beverage of choice is 7-Up Free. That's genuinely what I survive on down at the shed. 7-Up Free. Great 7-Up taste, free of sugar. There you go. Not sponsored. So yeah, you'll get the pop-up soon. Generally, things like network congestion can apply if there's lots of NFTs being minted, for example, or generally the chain's busy. It may take a bit longer to come through. Exclusively. I don't drink tea exclusively. If I did, I'd be spending more time in the restroom than I would in the shed. As I get older, it makes me want to go to the toilet more. Yeah, absolutely. Jar Jar. So if you're doing this for BNB, for Ethereum, for Avalanche, for Phantom, it's exactly the same process as what I've just done now, just selecting a different network. Like I said, the wallet address will be the same because it's an EVM compatible address. That means it works on the Ethereum virtual machine, and therefore all of the coins that use that use the same wallet addresses. And of course, like I said earlier, you don't have to add the network necessarily. It should just come up on the screen that you've had coins added to your wallet, and it will give you the option to quickly just add that network automatically when you do deposit into your MetaMask. Right, so we are waiting now. This is the exciting part. Normally it's the exchange that takes a bit of time. So you can see here at the bottom, you can track it all. We'll talk about monitoring. Here we go. I've just got an email through from OKX now. Just an email's come through, said, you've just withdrawn 110.79 Matic at this time, this date, to this address. Your withdrawal has been transferred out successfully. Please wait until on-chain confirmations are reached. Right, so it's just basically when you withdraw from an exchange, you'll get an automated email when the funds have been approved to be withdrawn. You can see at the bottom here, it says complete. That's again confirming that the withdrawal has gone through. It's also got the withdrawal address there, and it's got the transaction ID. Now, transaction IDs are something which are important. You don't have to be a blockchain wizard. You don't need to be intimidated at all by any of the block explorers out there. they can be quite intimidating when you look at them. They've got so many different addresses and so many different tokens, and they can get complicated the more you delve deep into them. But generally speaking, when you look at a transaction, you can see here that all the information is on here. So you've got the hash of the transaction on the block. So within this hash, you can see that you've got the timestamp, the from address, and the to address, the amount of Matic that I've transferred. So in this case, it's equivalent of $71.82. And it's told me that my transaction fee that I've paid, and there you go. So if I now click on so this is my wallet address here, 98779E. If I click on that, you can see that the only transaction on this address is this transfer that happened a minute ago. So you can see that it's come in. So it's now on the blockchain explorer is confirming that my newly created wallet address now has 110 Matic sitting on it. So that means that when I go to my MetaMask, it will also show that I've got my 110 Matic within the address. Do I have sugars in my tea? I used to have 2. Like if I'm feeling like down and I feel like I need some energy, I might have 2 sugars, but generally speaking, I have 1, but I can have tea with no sugar. For so long, my wife's been making me tea on occasion with only 1 sugar, and I hadn't really noticed. You get accustomed to it. Thank you, Cybermill. I appreciate it. Again, it is the basics, and I believe that everyone can learn something new every single day. And especially when we've got people in the chat that are giving their tips and suggestions as well. I like to see people saying, well, I do it like this, and giving their kind of, their take on things. Everyone's got their own way, but generally speaking, this is what everyone has to do this when they get into DeFi. They need to create a DeFi wallet for the first time, keep their seed phrase safe and secure, deposit from a centralized exchange into their DeFi wallet, and then this is when the magic happens. We now can start working in Web3. Web3 being, of course, the ability to interact your wallet with dApps, and that's when we move over to the EverRise ecosystem. Now we've got some Matic in our wallet. We can kind of go over to the EverRise website. When I started using MetaMask, Kalanari says, I thought that when you create new wallets in your MetaMask, the seed phrase is for all of your wallets. How wrong I was. Yes, it's only for the first wallet you create. Yes. So again, like I said, your seed phrase, your 12 phrase passphrase is associated with that one wallet address. And your wallet, think of it as your wallet is just reading the blockchain. Your tokens aren't stored in your wallet. Your coins and tokens are not stored within your wallet. They are stored on the blockchain, but your wallet address is where they're stored, and your wallet, software wallet, is just peering into that wallet address and displaying, much like the block explorer. Anyone right now can go onto Polygon Scan, they can paste in my wallet address, and they can see that I hold 110 Matic on this address. Anyone can do that. The difference being with a wallet is, with the passphrase, is it gives permission on the blockchain for the wallet to actually interact with the wallet address and send and receive tokens. All right. So, okay, EverRise. I want to get into EverRise. I've learned about EverRise. Its goal to integrate blockchains and to provide greater security and transparency across DeFi and integration. So that you can find out more about it here. I can just do what any other YouTuber does and just read off the front page, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to go deep into it, and I want to learn more about the staking, and I want to learn more about the EverSwap. So one of the great things about our website is it's so responsive. I love it. I love the UI. I love the fact that, the way that kind of the team is kind of working on the UI, it just looks like something that you expect to see in Web3. So even though we're going to use EverSwap, eventually that's going to look very much like the NFT staking lab. So we're going to move over to EverSwap. I was going to do a native coin transfer, but of course at the moment that's disabled. So we'll save that for a future video where we just kind of conveniently switch from one native coin to the other. The great thing about this is that if you do, the great thing about EverRise is the way that we've done it is that if you do want to stake and then bridge your NFT stake to another chain, you're just paying the gas fee on that one chain. You're not having to pay it then again on the other chain. So you just pay it in the native that you've got. So let's launch EverSwap. So EverSwap, multi-chain tokenomic swap, which we can do across chain also. So this is probably a website that you guys are all familiar with. I'm going to connect my wallet to EverSwap using the connect wallet button. The button to the right of that is the dev login. That's going to be more and more used as more projects on board into the ecosystem. There's going to be certain functions and abilities for devs to kind of utilize, especially in Everown. So if you're not a dev, you don't have to worry about that at all. I'm going to connect our wallet. It's going to give me an option. So when how I personally do it is I use my SafePal. My SafePal wallet is what I use to, all of my EverRise is in my SafePal wallet. And I put in my passphrase and I connect to SafePal by using a QR code scanner via Wallet Connect. But in this case, we are using MetaMask, and the great thing about MetaMask is, especially if you, because we're using a wallet browser extension, we can connect directly to our wallet without having to worry about Wallet Connect or any other means. So I'm going to click on MetaMask. It's going to give me a pop-up, and it's now going to say, it's going to come up with a pop-up saying, and what this basically means is that EverRise.com is asking permission to interact and connect with MetaMask. So this is just basically saying, do you give permission for EverRise.com to connect to your MetaMask, yes or no? And I'm going to say yes. If you've got multiple accounts, it'll give you a selection there you can click on. So they're saying here now it wants to connect to the address, the wallet, and it wants to see the addresses, the account balance, the activity, and suggest transactions to approve them. So so it's going to give you suggested transactions. So it's going to give you gas calculations and things like that, and sign and approve transactions. So you're going to give it the permission. You're going to connect that up. It will then connect to the wallet. You'll see that everything you need is right here now. It's read your wallet. You can see that at the top it's got 110 Matic in it. It's got the wallet address there. I can click on that and I can actually change that to another if I want to. I can change network. But I'm on the right network. I'm on the Polygon network as I'm connected. If you wanted to do a different transaction, so on a different chain, you'd need to switch your chain in MetaMask to another one. So like I said earlier on, where you see the Polygon name mainnet on the top right, you can switch that over to Ethereum or to any of the other chains once you've added the networks. And it automatically will default when you connect to EverSwap to the network that you're with. Oh, you don't see the pop-up? No, hang on. Okay, let me just work this out. How are we going to do this? Right, because I want you to see the pop-ups. Give me a second, guys. Let me disconnect my wallet. Let me disconnect my wallet a second. Right. Two secs, guys. I'll get you so you can see it. Okay, so I've captured the screen instead of capturing the window. This should hopefully work now. Okay. So now when I collect my wallet, you'll see the pop-up. There we go. You guys see the pop-up. Let me know if you guys see that. I think you guys can see that now. So I'm going to connect my MetaMask. How do I do it so it doesn't... Here we go. So it will come up with this. It will ask me to connect with MetaMask. This is what you'll see. You'll see an account. With the Matic in it. You'll also see different accounts. If you've got multiple accounts, it'll give you a list that you can select, and you select yes, and it's gonna ask to see the address, the account balance, the activity, and suggest transactions to approve them. So sign and approve transactions. We'll get to that in a moment. So basically, you're gonna give the website, the D app, the ability to interact with your wallet. It's gonna say connected. There you go. We're now connected. Awesome. There we go. We like it when a plan, like, that's thinking on the fly. I didn't think that, you know, I forgot to do the screen capture instead of the window capture. So there we go. Right. So now this is something which we want to do now. We want to buy some EverRise. So on the Matic chain, mindful that I'm going to need some Matic to use to stake. So I'm going to go with 75%. I'm going to go 75% of my conveniently, we've got some buttons here: 25, 50, 75, and max. If I was to do all of it, then I'm in a bit of a pickle because I've got no gas. I've got no native coin for gas. So I'm going to go 75%. That's going to give me $53.89. Let's just round that off a little bit more, shall we? Let's just move it up to 55. Can I even do that? Yeah, 55.32. I can live with that. 77%. It gives me the estimate of how many rides I'm going to get as a result of that. So that's pretty cool. And I'm going to click the swap button, and it's now going to initiate a transaction. And before it does that, it's going to now give me a breakdown of how that transaction is going to look like. It's going to estimate the gas that I'm going to be paying. It's going to give me a breakdown of everything, of what I'll be expecting to receive as a result. Here you can actually go in and you can actually go in and enhance the gas that you pay. I don't want to do that. I want it to estimate the gas. It's saying that I can do it within up to 30 seconds, within 30 seconds at the moment with the current gas fees. So I'm going to go ahead with that and confirm the transaction. I'm not going to go too technical. Later on, we can look at kind of increasing the gas if you're wanting to get transactions through, but at the moment, I don't think it's necessary to talk about that. It's now going to say, wow, that's quick. So you can see how quick that was. So that transaction is now completed. Within seconds, I've got some EverRise. It's given me a transaction ID, which I can open up on the actual block explorer by clicking the link. And you can see here that 23 seconds ago, I converted $45 worth, because obviously I paid the tokenomics, the 6%. So I went from 51.95, so that's after the gas was taken off, to 45.67 equivalent of EverRise. And if you look into my account on the actual block explorer now, under the address, you can see that I've got a little bit of Matic left, $16.53 worth, and you can see that under the now I've got a token drop down which wasn't there before, and if I click on that, you can see that the tokens that I hold on my wallet address on this chain get listed. And so if I go into more DeFi tokens, more of these will be added to this list, and again, this is publicly viewable by anybody with access to your information with your wallet address. So this is why your wallet address should be something you only give out to people like you trust, like a friend. Like, I'm trying to think, like, you should never worry about connecting your wallet to a reputable website. But you shouldn't just give your wallet address out to random individuals. I see quite a lot of people entering prize draws online on social media, and really you want to minimize your online identity when it comes to your wallet address. So again, be careful who you give your wallet address out to. If someone does have your wallet address, it's not the end of the world. It's just basically a payment address essentially. But there are bad people out there that exist in the world that want to profile you, and they want to build up a larger digital footprint of you and your wallet addresses, and I don't want to make you paranoid, but unless there's a very, very good reason, don't share your wallet address with anyone else. And if you are going to do stuff like giveaways and things like that, make a wallet that you don't care about and then use that address instead. Don't use your main one. Okay. This is actually something, whilst I've got the screen up, you'll notice that there's only one token in here. In the future, tokens may pop into this screen, and you may see them in your wallet as well. Your MetaMask, you'll see some tokens pop up. Wow, it's called EverSwap. It's got my activity there. It's got, I didn't know that it called it EverSwap. It's pretty cool. You'll see, like, you may get some tokens just appearing in your wallet. And what that is either a token that's trying to advertise itself by just airdropping and spamming loads of wallet addresses with their token, in the hope that it raises the awareness of that token and you may be kind of fooled into buying it. Or more commonly, it's something which is called a dusting attack. And a dusting attack is where bad people send multiple tokens out to various wallet addresses in the hopes that they connect to a DApp or an exchange and interact, or try to interact with that token. It's really important. I'm going to go big screen because I'm going to make this emphasize. Really, really, really important that if a token ends in your wallet and you do not know where it's come from, you have no recollection about it whatsoever, do not buy it. No, sorry, do not sell it. Do not attempt to transfer it in any way with any DApp or exchange. You just want to ignore it completely. You want to hide it out of your wallet completely and just forget that it even exists. In my Trust wallet, I'm happy to tell you that I've got some of these. So in my Trust wallet now, I can go into it, and my first wallet I made has got some of these in. There's one called Hash Panda. Hash Panda is one of them. Just randomly came into my wallet back in May last year. I've got another one which was called Corgi Coin. I've hidden it so I don't. Here we go. I've got 69. Oh, I'll switch it over. I've got 69 Corgi coin. 69. I never bought it. It just randomly appeared in my wallet. And these you've got to be careful of. I'm not saying all of them are scams, but the majority of them are. You got to be very, very careful, because sometimes what they'll do is that they will inflate the price of the token artificially, and make you think you've got a bit of money in your wallet, and you'll try to sell it, and you won't be able to sell it. But instead, what you're doing is you're giving that token permission to interact with your wallet address. You do not want to do that. So if in doubt, leave it alone. Kyle, thank you so much for that feedback. This is the whole point. I just want to relax, chill out with you guys. No stress whatsoever. Absolutely winging it every second. AG Crypto says, also, if you're hesitant to connect and want to make sure it's safe, dummy wallets are quite handy. Absolutely. There's no reason why you can't have multiple wallets. In fact, I recommend that people have multiple wallets. I don't have all of my crypto on one wallet address. Why? Because I I don't trust myself. Like, I'm a human being, and human beings are unpredictable, they're fallible, and they make mistakes. I hate to break it to you, but you're going to make a mistake too. Hopefully you're not going to make a mistake in DeFi, but you will, as a human being, you will make a mistake. I got Ant tokens airdropped to my wallet, says El Santo Crypto. I never bought them, so yes, be careful. Again, just ignore them, remove them, hide them, do everything you can to just forget about them. There's absolutely no reason for you to interact with them whatsoever. So yeah, we're going back to EverSwap. You can see the transactions gone through. I'm now the proud owner of, I think it was $45 worth of EverRise. So, you know, I bought the dip and I'm excited to stake. So what we're going to do now is on the left hand side, you can see the list of all of our dApps are there: EverOwn, EverBridge, EverSwap, the staking lab, and EverMigrate. And obviously there would be the native coin swap there also when that's available. We're going to go into the staking lab. We're going to expand that, and you can see that the nice flashy new UI that Storm and the team have done such a great job on is listed there, as displaying, and you can see a lot of information here. You can see the staked amounts on each chain. You can see the rewards of each chains with the percentages and the average amount of how long each chain the average person has staked for. So you guys are diamond handed. If you're in the EverRise community right now, you guys are diamond handed, and it's amazing to see that like Phantom remains the most diamond handed of our community, like 31.86 average month staked on Phantom. That's absolutely incredible. Then obviously we've got all the way down to BNB, which a lot of the people on BNB have been, you know, one of the early community members that got into EverRise quite early. Obviously we launched on BNB, so it's, you know, you can, with this information you can actually it's quite powerful because it gives you the ability to decide what chain you want to go on. It gives you an idea of how many rewards have been distributed as well, and you can see that actually proportionately it's pretty balanced. It's pretty level across the board. And Suresh Titan has actually set up a system which is pretty fair to pretty much everybody on all the chains. So stake, time to stake some Rise, guys. So at the top you can see I've got stake, manage, mementos, and claim. So the mementos and the claim, these are new, recently been added. If you were fortunate enough to hold V1 tokens and migrate to V2 back in November, you'll have the ability to claim a migration NFT. And in the other one, you've got the ability to claim an achievement NFT, and I'll cover that in a moment. So let's stake some Rise. So again, like an EverSwap, you've got the option to go 25%, 50%, 75%, and max. You can see I need to connect my wallet again, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's going to give me the question, would you like to connect your wallet? Yes, I do. Yes, I'm going to give it permission to see my account balance, to give me suggest transfers and approve and sign transactions. So here we go. I'm connected, and you can automatically see that I have got 83,473 Rise. It's given me a mint fee, and this will actually mint a new tradable NFT staking contract. So I'm going to go ahead, and because I know that I've got the gas available, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to see what I can get. I can see what I can get for my 83,000. So you can see here that this reaches the threshold of a starfish, 83,000. If I reduce it a little bit more, and it will eventually drop to a point where it will go down to the next creature, which is of course the seahorse. So I think it's 50,000 is starfish. So 50,000 is starfish, so I can get a starfish. Now, if you want to go for achievement NFTs, and these like the animals, you can break it up into multiple NFTs. I think I've got enough to do that. So I'm going to go for a starfish. So I'm going to put 50,000 exactly, and go for it. That's 60% of my bag, and mint myself a starfish. That's what we're going to do. Next decision I have to make now is how long do I want to have this NFT stake for? Do I want it for 1 month, or do I want it for a period of up to 24 months? Now, I'm pretty confident in EverRise. I think EverRise is going to achieve some amazing things in the coming months and years. And I think the crypto landscape is going to be completely different in a few years' time. So I'm actually going to go all the way to 36 months. I'm going to stake for 36 months because I'm confident that I don't need that $45 in the near future. It's money that I've set aside for crypto. It's money that I'm happy to earn a passive yield on. So 36 sounds good to me. And by doing that, it's giving me a 36 times multiplier. Do smaller and extend later. Well, I can on my other one I'm gonna mint in a moment. I'll do a 1 month. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a 1 month on the next one, and then I'm gonna use that as an example in the video in the future for extending and to claiming an NFT. Right, so 50, I'm just double checking everything there. Always double check everything. 50,000 rise gives me the starfish. I'm going to do it for 36 months. I'm happy with that. I'm going to generate my NFT stake. That's the next thing to do, is to click the generate button, and it's now going to come up with another pop-up. And this pop-up, if you read it, it's now it's a sign. It's basically giving me an approval. It wants permission from my wallet to conduct the transaction. It's 3 Matic. For minting, so that's 3 Matic that I need to pay, and also an estimated gas fee, which is always refreshing and changing. So a nominal amount of Matic also needs to be done. So I'm going to confirm that. So I'm going to pay 3.0113 multiple decimal places. It's constantly refreshing, and I'm going to click yes, confirm. What they'll do now is that this will generate my NFT stake. In a few seconds time, I'll be the proud owner of an actual on-chain 36 months starfish. And this is all done by connecting my wallet to the EverRise website. Success. There we go. Simple as that. I've successfully minted my first my first NFT on-chain stake, which I'm going to be able to view by clicking the View Now button. Right, so with this, it gives you a breakdown of information, again with some other features at the bottom, which we talked about, which Jar Jar mentioned a second ago. It's going to give me the generation, it's going to give me the volume-based reward, it's going to give me the state. So the state is something which is interesting. You can change the state of your on-chain NFTs depending on if you withdraw any part of it. Denomination, which is the amount of rise it is for that particular animal, which is 50,000. It's going to give me the blockchain. It's going to give me the ID of the actual NFT itself. Individual ID. No NFT stake on-chain stake is the same. They're all individual ID'd. It's going to give me the collection, which is in the strength of it, which is the rising, which is a 36-month multiplier. It's going to give me that's essentially the 300% reward boost. Escrowed for 36 months, so it's also going to give me some escrowed rise as well. So it's going to give me it's going to give me some rise tokens in my wallet that I can use to vote via EverOwn. Again, I'll cover that in another video. It's giving me the weight of my vote escrowed, which is 1.8 million. It's giving the health, the start date, and the unlock date. So this is something which, in 2025, on the 5th of the 9th of the 5th, I'll be able to. You Americans with the dates, I'm telling you always confuse me. I'll be able to unstake it. And there we go. So at the bottom here, you can see achievement NFTs claimed false. That's something which don't forget about achievement NFTs. If you do anything with this, you may lose your ability to claim it. Gives me the ability to transfer it to another blockchain. It gives me the ability to bridge it. Transfer it to another wallet address, I should say. It gives me the ability to bridge it to another blockchain. It gives me the ability to split it up into smaller NFT on-chain NFTs. It also gives me the ability to withdraw any part of it. Now, in the first, you can withdraw up to 60% of your initial within the period of the 36 months. So in my case, the 36 months. So during your staking term, you can withdraw up to 60%, but if you do so, you'll be charged a 25% penalty in the first half. So in my case, in the first 18 months, if I was to withdraw up to 60% of my initial, I would be charged 25% penalty for withdrawing it. After the first half of my stake and the second half of my term, that penalty actually reduces down to 10%. So, and they've also got the ability to add to your stake, increase the amount of your stake as well. So that's cool. I'm happy with those. But I want to do another. I want to stake another one. I've got a little bit more Matic and I want to kind of go for another NFT. But this time I'm aiming for an achievement NFT, and I want to get one of those Plankton NFTs. So at the moment, you can see again, sliders reset back to 0. I can move that up. And I think anywhere over 1,000, you can start looking at getting the Plankton. So if you wanted to, you can make as many Planktons as you want for different months. So I'm going to make 1,000 for demonstration purposes. I'm going to make 1,000 a Plankton NFT, and I'm going to make it for 1 month because I want to get one of those Iron Plankton NFTs, achievement NFTs that everyone's showing off. I'm going to generate that. Again, it's going to give me the prompt to approve the transaction. It's 3 Matic to mint the NFT. It's then obviously costing me some gas as well. So it's again, the actual gas has gone down, believe it or not. I'm going to confirm that transaction very slightly. It's gone down, and I'm going to mint that NFT stake. So now I'm the proud owner of a Starfish 36 month and a Plankton 1 month NFT stake, which I can transfer to other wallets, which I'll do in another video. And I could also bridge it to another blockchain, which I'll do in another video also. So that is minting an on-chain staking NFT, and that will now begin to generate rewards. Now I've got these, I can manage them. You can see that they're in my manager in the NFT staking lab. It gives me the overall value of my staked amount. So you can see I've got 51,000 Rise staked, which is $29. And that's actually going to start giving me rewards. You can actually see now that actually I've made 2.8 Rise in the few moments that I've, between staking it and now I've actually generated some rewards. They will go up. The more people unstake, pay penalties, and every time the buyback, creates a buy on the chart, I'll be distributed rewards in Rise tokens, and I'll start to see that amount of Rise go up over time. I then have the ability to claim that rewards amounts back into my wallet address that I've connected to. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask away in the chat. This is pretty much where I wanted to get to in the video. I've covered the getting Rise from an exchange, going from exchange, getting to DeFi, swapping your native coin to Rise tokens, entering the EverRise website, interacting via the Web3, the apps, getting myself some EverRise, and staking it on the blockchain itself. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask in the chat now. If you guys are happy with that, I've only had 1 sip of my can as well, by the way. Just testing, we're still live. Yes, we are still live. I'm judging by the lack of questions that you guys are happy with everything that I've explained. I think we'll leave it there for this one. I want to say thank you to everybody that's joined me in this live stream, and in the future you can expect more of interacting with the EverRise D apps, maybe going behind the scenes. No, screw it. I am going to go behind the scenes. I'm going to show you guys the making of the achievement NFTs and how I did it, and talk to you a bit more about the 3D work that I've done, and yeah, just cover topics that you guys suggest. So if you've got anything you want me to cover, comment in the comments below the video, Also, feel free to reach out to me in Telegram or Discord or Twitter. I'm always open to speak to. So thank you ever so much, guys. I hope you have a great evening, and I look forward to speaking to you again very soon. All the best.